welcome to tonight's episode of StreamYard Spotlight. I'm your co-host, Dana Bentz.
And I'm your co-host, Kelsey Bentz. Thanks so much for tuning in, everyone. If you're just joining us now, feel free to drop where you're tuning in from. We love to see where everyone is in the whole world, because you can really join from anywhere. So drop where you're tuning in from. We have an exciting episode tonight.
It's very fun to see just how global our audience is.
Yes.
Stefan, Benson, Ben's time, never miss it. So sweet. Thanks for being here. And I've already seen so many people in the comments already posting where they're tuning in from. So thank you so much. And we always like to mention at any time during the stream, if you have questions for our guest, be sure to leave them in the comments, because I know we have all our questions, all the things we're curious about, but it's fun that the audience can ask questions as well.
Yes.
So we have a very exciting guest for you tonight. So we have been trying to get our guest tonight on, Mary. We've been trying to book her for months now, I think before the holiday season, but we finally got on her schedule. So we're very, very excited to bring on Mary. But before I do, I just want to say a couple things about her. So a little bit of context. I know she's going to introduce herself, but she is a LinkedIn strategist and a career consultant. So she works with business professionals, entrepreneurs, anyone who wants to stand out as an expert in their industry. So she's particularly an expert on LinkedIn. So we're really excited to talk to her about that today, because I know a lot of you really want to stream to LinkedIn or grow your audience on LinkedIn, because StreamYard is a LinkedIn streaming partner. So we're very excited to talk to her about that today. But without further ado, welcome Mary Fain Brandt to the show.
Woo! Let's get this party started.
Thank you for being here, Mary. We're so excited to have you.
I'm so excited too. You guys made it sound like I was just so booked up that we couldn't find a time. It's hilarious, but I'll take that. But it was really more because of the move and the holidays and stuff. But yeah, I'm so glad that we could find a date and time that works for all of us, because as you guys know, check that out.
Love it.
StreamYard. I just want to say, StreamYard, that you're on brand for me. You know, the blue, because if it wasn't blue, I really couldn't have it here because it wouldn't be on brand.
That is so true.
You're so right. It goes so well with all the rest of your background.
I love it. All the blue. Very matching.
Yeah.
So we briefly introduced you, Mary, but can you tell our audience who you are?
I'm a Cali girl that has transplanted to the desert. So we moved from San Diego to Arizona. We're loving that. I started as a career coach for women because I was going through a career transition, and there was nothing out there that was really helping me stand out. And so one thing that all my clients had in common, all my 5 clients when I started, they all needed help with LinkedIn, from either not having a profile or having one that was so old it needed to be dusted off and shined up. So I jumped into LinkedIn. It's what I do. And I learned everything about it. And then the light bulb went off. Oh my gosh, this is an amazing platform for entrepreneurs and small business owners. We can showcase our talents. We can, it's like having another website, but I think where professionals are hanging out and people are actually looking for you. I actually love LinkedIn. I call it the peanut butter to my jam. I know a little dorky, but the two go well in hand there. And so what I love about LinkedIn is that you can really showcase and highlight yourself, your clients, your talents, where you're speaking at. The opportunities are endless. And there's over 700 million people using LinkedIn. But here's a secret, you guys. Only 3% of the users are creating content.
Really?
Interesting.
Right? So if only 3% are creating content, what does that equal? Opportunity for you to get your butts over there and start creating some amazing content so you can be found, you can be seen, and you can be hired.
Interesting.
Yes, that's so interesting.
Only
so then
3%.
how
there's so many people that there's no room for you, right? That's kind of what we're talking about. But there's room. You just have to start creating content and not be a LinkedIn looker, like, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
Do that. Do more than that.
I like that you said it's like it's similar to your website. Like you need to have both. Like when people are, since you're a career consultant, like when people are trying to get promoted or a new job or trying to get, hired somewhere, like you got to have a good LinkedIn.
You have to, and here's the thing, I'm actually started a blog. It's called When Should You Start Your Network? The answer is before you need it. So when people come to me like, oh, I'm launching a new service, or, oh, I'm ready to pivot in my career. Great. Let's look at your LinkedIn. Okay, well, we can refreshen that. We can make that nice, make it a rock star profile. But how's that network?
Yeah.
Outdated? Do those people not connect with you anymore? Do you not have a very large network? And it's not all about numbers. Like I want to put that right out there. It's not about having 10,000 people in your network. It's about having a strong and strategic network. So my second pro tip, if you're not creating content, create content. Number 2, work on your networking online. You need to have a strong and strategic network that will serve you now and in the future. So even if you think like, oh, I've got a good network, Mary, I've got 2,500 people, 5,000 people. Are they the right people? And does that mean that you shouldn't be adding more people to your network that are strategic partners, people you can collaborate with, people that might refer you, brand ambassadors, or people that you can learn from?
Yeah. And that's where the strategic network comes in.
Yes.
I love that. Good.
So relating
pro
to
tip.
networking, Mary, how does StreamYard come into that? And how has your use of StreamYard sort of like helped or assisted you in growing your own network?
Well, as we know, streaming just opens up channels, right? So with StreamYard, I'm streaming to multiple platforms. Therefore, I'm getting in front of more faces. And I have to say the community also of live streamers is amazing. So the collaboration within ourselves, right? The streamers, the live streamers being able to collaborate, be on each other's show, help each other out when there's tech issues. And I mean, issues like your earbuds don't work or your light is funky. Those are going to happen. So how do we handle those? So that community is amazing. But StreamYard has really allowed me to take my business to the next level. So for example, in December, I did my first 2-hour live virtual book launch using StreamYard. I had 5 to 6 guests coming on. We had a live bartender shaking up cocktails. I had a sax player playing music. I had 4 different videos that I had to upload at different times.
That is awesome.
We had a raffle prize wheel that we were spinning. I'm like, okay, we got this all figured out. So it stretched me, which was great. But knowing that StreamYard was there and that it really is easy to use. I just referred to you guys today after a phone call.
Thank you.
Super easy to use. You can record, you can use it for recording, and you can use it for streaming. But doing that 2-hour live virtual book launch, and it went off like, I mean, it was perfect. Like,
wow.
Oh my gosh.
Perfect. Tons of views, tons of engagement too. So you can get a lot of engagement on a live, right? A lot of watching, and you want to ask questions like you guys did beforehand in promotions and at the beginning and during.
Yeah.
You want to just sit there and talking head.
Yeah.
So where are you multi-streaming to then? Obviously LinkedIn, but then what are your other platforms?
LinkedIn, YouTube, my Facebook group, and my Facebook page.
Got it.
Got it.
Okay.
Oh
Very
my
nice.
So we have a question from the audience, Mary. How did you put cupcakes in your name?
Pretty cool, right? Kind of makes it stand out. And
cool.
It's the LinkedIn bakery. You
Super
just copy the emoji and paste it in.
Love
Nice.
it. Love it. So from like any messenger, well, you could do it from Facebook Messenger and then you just copy it from there.
That's how I put my name everywhere. And here's another pro tip. Do you guys really want to know why I have the cupcakes in my name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So on LinkedIn, the cupcakes are in my name. Why are they in my name? Because if someone sends me an automated message, it won't transfer that cupcake. I will know that it's an automated message because it has like a funky symbol or something. It can't, an automation doesn't pick up that cupcake.
That's
emoji.
smart. So you know when it's spam.
Wow. Oh, that's so
So
interesting. I never
clever.
would have thought of that.
I know.
Yeah.
Tons
Great
of
idea.
tips and tricks right here.
I know.
Yes.
We like just introduced you and we're already on tip number 3, I think.
know.
I love it. So back to engagement. So I want to talk about your specific show that you do consistently. Like you talked a little bit about the launch, and that was like more of an event style live stream, but you're also doing a show style live stream to grow your audience or build the engagement. What's the purpose of that show?
Yes. So my show is bite-sized tips for busy entrepreneurs, where we try to keep it around 30 minutes. We had a special edition today. So this is my second stream of the day. The one today was on mindset, tips and techniques to really master 2021. Because let's be real, 2020 kind of sucked in a lot of reasons. So we need to wrap our head around that. So I use my live show to build my brand, get visibility. I'm seen as an expert because I'm bringing in other experts, and it's not all about me, right? I'm showcasing other people just like you are. Yeah. And the engagement part, if I can talk about the engagement part, when you're going live, just like you guys are doing, you are bringing comments on live, right? So hi, John. Glad that you like that tip. What do people love to hear? Their name. So when you guys are going live, say at some point, pause, figure out how that works, right? With you and your guest, or if it's just you, you have the run of show, and you want to say, hey, Sean, thanks for joining us. Do you have any questions for us? You know, you want to acknowledge people that you see that they're there. You want to appreciate them, and it'll come back. And then also you want to, reply to their questions. Don't ask people to ask questions and then
don't.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you can't get to all of them during your live show, say, oh my gosh, you guys, the comments are flying in. We got tons of questions. We only have a few minutes left. You know what? I'm going to go in right after the show, and I'm going to go through and I'm going to respond to all those comments. Or I always say, hey guys, if you're watching the replay or you got a question we didn't get to, just type that in, and my guest and I promise that we're going to go in and respond to all of those.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yep. So it's not only the live engagement, it's also the replay engagement. That's important.
Yes. Don't ignore your replayers. Let's be real. Live streaming is great, but that magic is in that replay when people are watching it after the fact, right? Yeah. And when people are sharing it.
Yeah. Right. Yep. Because that's where the majority of viewers come from, is the replay.
Yeah, you'll get a lot more views on the replay. Yeah. So if you're just starting off, it's okay. It's okay if you have two people on and one is your husband and one's your child. It's okay. You have to start somewhere.
You got to start somewhere. Yep.
You have to be consistent to build your brand. So I see Teresa says, how do you get the comments to run consistently? Teresa, if you mean how do you get people to engage, I think that's what you're asking. Like, how do you, to run consistently? Are you asking how do you get people to engage consistently? It's by engaging your audience before the show, telling them that you're excited for the guest, or they've got questions around finances. What programs do they use? So ask the questions before, and then read other people's comments and questions, because that'll get them thinking, and say the names out loud. So thank you, Teresa, for that question.
Nice.
I love it.
So Mary, I have a question then. When you're scheduling live streams ahead of time, are you how many posts are you putting out pre-event? Do you know what I mean? Like how much are you engaging with your audience before you actually go live?
It's a great question. So my audience, obviously my target audience is really on LinkedIn, right? Sure. That's the platform that I focus on. So daily posts, are those needed? No. It's quality over quantity. So we actually only do 2 social media posts on all the different platforms and 1 email.
Okay.
We do email the day of. So if it's a morning show at 9 a.m., you're going to get an email at 8 reminding you and showing you where you can find me, right? Emmanuel says quality versus quality, a big dilemma.
I think they mean quality versus quantity. Yep.
It's okay. I'm dyslexic. If you guys read my post, you'll always find an error. And please let me know when you do so I can fix it. Okay, so what were we talking about? I just lost my
So you do 2 posts and an email.
We do 2 posts and an email because we're doing 2 shows a month.
Okay.
So we had a special edition today, and then my next show is actually next Wednesday with a gentleman from UK. I'm super excited about that one. So we do 2 social media posts, 1 email. But the thing is to go back to those social media posts, make sure I use a scheduler so I can't tag the people. So you got to go back and you've got to tag your guests, and then you've got to ask questions.
Okay.
Never hurts, if you've got some friends like, hey, I need some engagement. Can you share this? There's no shame in asking someone to share your post or to say they're looking forward to it, right? You've got to keep bringing it up.
Yep.
Huh.
Yep. Asking
that's
for
really
engagement.
great advice. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that. So the last question I have for you, Mary, is on your website, and you have a wonderful website, by the way. I saw your live streams on there. Can you talk about how you got your live streams to be on your website in addition to YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn?
I'm laughing because I don't actually do that. So I have a virtual assistant and she puts them all up for me.
Yes. I like it.
I can give another tip of what to do after your show, since I can't.
Okay.
So after your show, you should be repurposing. And I'm sure you guys have heard this before. Repurpose that content. You go all that work, you get your guests, you promo it, you have a great show, and then you don't do anything with it? What? That's nonsense. You take that video, you download it, you make it into a blog, and then I do something called pro tips. And we pull two to three pro tips from each show. And I make those into a social media image. So it'll say pro tip, the 3 R's. And then people are like, what? And then I'll have a caption what those 3 R's are. And then I'm like, oh, did you miss the show? Here's a link to YouTube.
Oh, love that. To get people back to the replay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good idea. Very good idea.
Wow, I'm so inspired, Mary. You have my brain like going like this of all the ideas. Yes.
So many ideas. I don't want to overwhelm people. So like people say you can 10 times it, you can 20 times it. You know what? Start with 3. How can I use this live stream? How can I repurpose it into 3 things?
Yeah.
And you have to remember, not everybody, a blog, people can read, people see, and people hear. And we all learn in different ways. So we need to make sure that we're reaching our audience on all 3 levels.
Yeah.
On where they're watching or listening or reading.
Or reading, right?
Yeah.
Love that. Love that. Okay, we are almost out of time, but Anthony has one last question for you, Mary. Would you recommend Hootsuite for social media scheduling?
Well, personally, Anthony, I don't use Hootsuite, so I'm not going to say there's anything wrong with it. I use Agorapulse because it's really robust, and they have something we call it Inbox Zero, so you can read all your messages from all your platforms right there in your Agorapulse inbox.
Nice.
Reply to them all, and it has the analytics and research that you need. So I'm an Agorapulse fan, but again, it just depends on where you're at with your business. But Anthony, hit me up on LinkedIn. I can give you some other suggestions as well.
Love that. Good answer. Everything in one place. Mary, you've been a wonderful guest. I love your tips. When people want to watch your streams, to tune into your next shows, where can they find you? Where can they connect with you?
Well, I'd love for you to connect with me on LinkedIn, but here's another pro tip. I just have to drop one more. You need to send me a note. Say that you saw me on the StreamYard Spotlight. And actually, my LinkedIn account is set to follow and not connect. I'm sorry, I had too much spam. So you can connect with me on LinkedIn. You can follow me over there. You can find me on Facebook. And you guys, you can join my private group, The LinkedIn Bakery on Facebook, where we drop tons of knowledge bombs on LinkedIn and business development. It's kind of just grown.
Cool.
And we go live the first and third Wednesdays of the month.
Got it. In the LinkedIn Bakery on Facebook.
That you can join the LinkedIn Bakery. That's my private Facebook group for free. Just, build in a community, get some tips, ask some questions, connect with other savvy business people. And then you can find me on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook.
Love it. Wonderful. All the platforms. Oh, I can't wait to see your next stream, Mary. Thank you so much for joining us and letting us spotlight you and your show. You've such a wonderful energy and a great camera presence. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Well, I'm with you guys. This is easy. Thank you so much for having me. I know we're all in different time zones. Okay, let's say where we're at. I'm Mountain Standard Time.
Pacific.
Eastern.
That's so fun. How fun. Well, we will let you go, Mary. Thank you so much again.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye, Mary.
Oh my gosh, how fun. Okay, let's put our website back up. Oh, that's our website. Sign up for StreamYard if you would like to be like Mary and grow your engagement and go live on your Facebook group, your LinkedIn, your YouTube, everywhere that she goes. Oh, I love it. Kelsey, you're right. She was so inspiring.
Yes, very.
And Anthony says, thanks for answering. Emmanuel says, thanks, Mary. Aw. Ivy says, thank you so much for Mexico. Thank you
Thanks
so much,
for tuning
you guys.
in, everyone. It really means a lot to connect with you all.
Yeah, it was so fun. It was so fun when the audience is super excited and stoked and posting so many comments. It makes the show so much fun. Yeah. But until next time, we will see you guys next week. Same time, same place. Bye, everyone.